Nigerians, welcome to another episode on Veegil podcast. And you know how we do here, we're all about inspiring and impacting, digging deep into matters that concerns the masses. And on today's episode, we're here to do the same. We're here to talk about what everybody is feeling right now. Like, we're all agitated about something, and I'm sure you know what it is. And yeah, I'm still your host, Olaiton Babatunde. And here with me in the studio, I have my amazing people with me in the studio as usual. My beautiful, beautiful people. I have Precious and Grace with me this afternoon again.
Hi.
Good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon, guys. Okay, so on today's episode, we're talking about protests. #end bad governance.
It's time.
Yeah, I think everyone in this studio this afternoon, we're all saying end bad governance.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're doing our own protest here. We might not be out there, pushing and all of that, but
we are with them in the spirit.
We're with you. Our prayers are with you, and we pray that whatever you're asking for, the government will look at us this time around and be like, okay, ye citizens of Nigeria, here's what you want, receive. Okay, so I feel over the years there's been several protests in Nigeria against, it's been heard for one reason or the other. Either economic policies, either social justice, either freedom. People had come out in Nigeria to say no to something. We don't want this again. We have I think this Egba Fumi Relayo Ransom Kuti came out at some point, while she was alive.
Yeah.
May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
She came out, she led the Egba women. When I saw the movie from Layo Ransom Kuti, I felt
This
emotional.
woman.
When these people were being pushed to the wall, and this woman went outside the country, studied outside the country, and said she's coming back to Nigeria. Yeah, I've studied outside the country, but I'm coming back. And on getting back, she realized that the market women were going through a lot. Now, the money they are earning from what they are selling, obviously, what are they selling? These tax people will come collect.
They are ripping them in broad daylight.
And they will collect a lot from them. And she said, okay, she wants to lead these women, and she wants to say no to the tax. The tax is way too much. And obviously, for someone to study outside the country, that she doesn't need. She's not a market woman, obviously. She doesn't need all of those things, but she let them. It shows our humanity spirit toward people. Putting yourself aside, putting your family aside, and saying no to some things. I think we respect her. We have the Aba women protest too. We have the one that happened recently.
SARS. Yes.
And here we are again. This is
so you are part of the Euro.
I was there that day. That evening of that NSAS protest, I was there. I don't know the spirit that told me, Precious, go home.
Oh
go
God.
home.
And
I'm so glad
hallelujah to that spirit.
So that was it. But I will not be here with you people.
Thank God we listen to that spirit.
My mom had to even go to church that Sunday to give thanks.
To give thanks. So
Wow.
I feel a lot of people had died for the cause of, we want something good. OAU, for example, there was this protest by Africa and some of his colleagues then saying no to cultism. And I think that has brought forth good fruit, because in OAU is one of the universities that do not tolerate cultism. I was talking to a friend to date. I was talking to a friend of mine on Sunday, and he was saying that other schools they have cultism. He could say boldly, said in OAU, if you're a cultist, they will beat it out of you. But in other school, they will beat you to do it.
Like cultism is not like a norm.
Norms, yeah, but in OAU,
schools,
it is not allowed. And this is the fight of some people that we never even met. These people had fought for this cause, like, okay, we want to change. And I feel like doing this again, it's just for the good cause.
But the thing is, fine, we know it's for the good cause, but must people die?
No, it never change.
In every change, there must be like sacrificial lamb.
Yes. May God not let us be the sacrificial lamb. That's why I'm beseeching every of our brothers out there, please stay safe. Because Nigeria is not worth dying for. It's who that lives to testify that is the winner and the hero.
I saw on Twitter this morning. I told Grace about it.
Yeah.
Posted on Twitter, and that post has gone viral already.
Internally, I cried, but when you were telling me sharing it, I cried.
If I die, he said, quite said if I need to die, he said, I will die tomorrow, or like, if I die tomorrow, go back
please
and
just tell my mother that you tried. Yeah, every one of us
Yes,
tried.
and it has gone
You know,
viral.
internally I was
Another person
grieving
said
when
it's
I saw
ready
that
to die
post.
for
I
the
feel like
betterment of Nigeria.
we have patriotic youth in Nigeria. Sincerely, they've said a lot about Nigerians. You know, there was a time that I read, I think it was one of this USA president, I would not like to mention him. He wrote this memo then and was like, oh, Nigerians are used to corruption. That even those that comes out to say no to corruption, they get killed. So it looks like the norm in Nigeria, when you're fighting for a good cause, we lose life. I think we're going to talk about that later, you know, comparing protest here in Nigeria to other countries. Is it that bad over there? Because, well, it might be happening, but I just feel like in Nigeria, thousands of people die during protests. And these people literally come out to say it's a peaceful protest. Okay, like the protest that happened in my school in 2019. Yeah, you know, students, they don't have guns, they don't have nothing. They're just coming out to say, oh, say no to one thing or the other. We want good electricity, we want this, we want that. Fortunately for them, they met with, you know, they met with the wife of the governor, actually, and then, you know, just a little bit of altercation. They started shooting, showing tear gas at students because the governor's wife was around.
But you know that these are things that can easily be avoided, because if the government allowed people, just let them do their protest, let them talk.
And essentially,
they just want to talk. They want you to listen to them. Let them be. Because even the Constitution, the 1990 Constitution said every citizen has the right to assemble and protest.
Sincerely.
So why are they trying to suppress us? Why?
I don't get
just why.
Freedom of speech. Like, they are not. See, I feel like everything in the Constitution is just there.
Let us just write it.
Let's just
After
write
all, not
it.
everybody follow
Now,
what is in the Bible.
Okay, we understand that the Constitution, I think we already believed in Nigeria that the Constitution is not for the law, and you know, the Constitution is not for the rich. They say do not kill. When you kill, you're sentenced to whatever. But when it comes to the rich, they maneuver their way out of it. You get. But when it comes to the poor, the masses, it's like that law and everything. Once they will read it out the way it's supposed to be and how it's supposed to be. But when we're checking and balancing, see, they said democracy is for the people, by the people,
and for the people.
Now you're even taking that right away from us. Okay. You came out, you said, vote for us. You know, this is what I will do. Okay. I'll bring in this, I'll bring in that. You know, you said a lot of things.
Give us,
and now they are in power. They've got what they want, and they're not doing anything. And the first thing he did when he came was to remove something.
Why? Now here's the thing: people came out inside the sun trying to vote. You know, when we don't vote, you say we don't.
We didn't come out to fulfill our right
as citizens, that we're not doing the right thing. Now we're half again.
They are making us regret.
Now we're still regretting voting you in.
I
don't know. I would just prefer if the military won't take over. Actually,
see, I've always said that.
I've always said that. Let the military take over. We don't want
the hashtag.
We don't want them again.
Was it that they are telling us it is my turn for me to make you people to suffer? Was that what it literally means? Because
obviously that was what it meant indirectly. Because
it was never up to
he has not done anything.
No. We saw many negative
6 months
manifestations.
The very day he entered. That was the very day he removed fuel.
I don't want to be too exaggerated.
See, babe,
it was the very day he entered.
I went to the market yesterday.
Suffering.
I went to the market to get something, and I think the last time I went to the market, I got this particular thing for 1,006.
Okay, if you go there tomorrow.
No, I'm getting there yesterday. They said 2,000. No,
yeah?
They said 2,000. I was like, ma. The woman said, I don't even want to buy it. You get? I don't even want to buy. I don't want to have it.
Hope you bought it too.
I had
because
to buy
if you
it.
not buy it,
next time
tomorrow they will tell you 3,600.
Sincerely,
when you want to buy something and you not say, this is not how I bought it yesterday, they'll say, "Shoti 30 rand." Like, you know, like it. You now look as has it been long you came to market or you bought stuff? It will not look as a fool.
Or probably you are lying.
You are lying.
So I went to the market yesterday, and you know, I saw this woman. I wanted to buy butter from her, and she was like, "Oh, for 800." And I said, "Ma, 700." This woman just gave me attitude straight up. She didn't say anything again.
Meaning, if you don't
want buy, come on.
Don't stress
and before now, vendors will beg you to please buy. But now nobody cares about you. If you want to buy, but if you don't want to buy, get out of my sight. Like nobody, sincerely, people are going through a lot.
And a lot is going through.
Now, okay, they will say that we all ask for peaceful protests, but at the long run, you see them vandalizing things and all of that. So I really
the one doing it too.
Sincerely,
the one doing
now we have like about 5 types of protests. You know, we have the demonstration where you see people sitting, march and all of that, the Veegil and all of that. Then we have the online protest. People like us, you know, we are just viewing and probably retweeting and, you know, pushing for a better governance and all of that. And then we have civil disobedience. Then we have strike. I think one other method Nigerians use is strike. But then I think these people in power, like the NLC that makes use of strike and all of that. Then we have the artistic protest. Those are the types of protests that we have. Now, demonstration has to do with peaceful protest. And so far, Nigerians will always tell you, we are out for peaceful protest.
Yes.
We are just, you know, marching and telling you, we don't want this, we don't want that.
We don't want trouble,
but why is it that when these people come out to say, we don't want this, we don't want that, the first thing the government does is attack them?
They are scared, actually.
You know,
they probably feel, as a result of the protests, we are probably planning a coup to take over. So that's their fear. That's why whenever they hear that, youth want to protest or people want to protest, they do everything in their power to stop it. Sometimes they even send talks. All these politicians, they are the ones sending talks to hijack the protest, so that if they shoot at anybody, they have every right to say, this person did this person vandalized, this person created nuisance, and that was why we did this. So they do it to, like, they do it to justify their action. That's just what I feel.
And to silence the protesters.
Yes, they are suppressing us. They don't want us to do so. They do everything in their power. You saw that video this morning now that this person, Rebecca, was watching. A media organization in Lekki Toll Gate just this morning was reporting that, I'm live in Lekki Toll Gate. Yeah, the protest is peaceful. No violence, nothing. And all of a sudden, security, all these police people, they came and they collected this camera from the man and they're like, okay, why are you doing this? And the guy was like, check the video. I'm not saying anything bad about the government. I'm just trying to make people know that this place is peaceful. They should stay safe and all of that. And they started harassing the journalists. Like, why?
Seriously.
And what the security man was saying was, I think he made mention that, no, the man is trying to call attention to Lekki Toll Gate so people can come there. And that was not what he was doing.
I thought there is a point, like a space of power given to the journalists. What
actually,
has changed?
see, here's the thing that I feel like they don't really understand in Nigeria. Now normally we have 3 arms of government, but now we have the 4th arm of government, and it is the media that owns the 4th arm of government. Now the media has the power to, you know, overturn a government or, you know, they have that power. Now, because they know that the media has that power, they are trying to restrict them. And that is why they brought in censorship.
Yes.
Now, so you see this media house, they monitor what you push out.
They will filter whatever.
And they filter what you push out.
Yes,
now, if your media house should say things that you're not supposed to say, I'm telling you, they will lock down.
That period now. I've forgotten during
sincerely, it happened. That had to lock down.
And you know,
have you forgotten what happened then?
I think I go with Olaito because some of those politicians, they are going into media, setting up media houses just for their
sincerely TVC. So
I did not call name.
TVC during
Tinubu. I'm sorry, sir. I did not call name. It's Precious that
come from you.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. These people are trying to, you know, get into the media so that they can control what the media has to say. But in the actual sense, the media is supposed to be on their own. Let us do what we want to do.
They want the media to be under them
sincerely,
now.
Exactly. We need our freedom.
There's a saying that he who pay the piper dictate to the piper.
Exactly.
So that's how it is now.
That is one quote in media that, you know, we hold there. See, from my 100 level to I graduated, they would always tell you, he who pays the piper, you know, see, I know that quote. Like once you hear it, that is like whoever owns the organization dictate what you push out.
What goes
so
in.
Exactly. So if the person is a supporter of PDP, whatever you say will have to be in support of PDP.
You can't go against PDP.
But I feel like we need to get to a point whereby the media are on their own and they can be the voice of the masses, because that is what we're meant to be.
Will that ever happen? I don't think so.
I hope it will. I pray.
Can we quickly go through what these protesters, because we only know the hashtag of end bad governance.
Yes.
Can we really go through their pains? I mean, we are part of them.
Sure,
so
definitely.
Can we know what is your various pains? What are those things that you want it to end?
Now, I think I saw a video. You know the funny thing about this protest that is happening right now is some people came out, I think about 2 days ago, and they were protesting. Say no to protest. No, that was it. That was their whole thing. Say no to the protest that was going to happen August 1.
Protest.
Yeah, the pending protest. And it was funny that after the protest, people were wondering, we thought we all agreed. We thought we were all going through this.
Snitches.
No. Here's the funny thing is, yesterday I saw on, I think, Glinda KG blog, where one of them was like, he was speaking in Hausa language. Obviously, we really do not understand. And then someone said, please, can someone translate what this man is saying?
What he's saying.
And then the person translated and said, they told us that they are bringing us together to give us food, to give us money. They didn't tell us we're here to protest.
They don't run the streets.
Sincerely. Now, another one that I saw today, this one was even part of the say no to protesting, and this one was saying, Nigeria presently, we are hungry. And you wonder, sir, you're saying no to protest. And the man said, and this is...
stupid. Why did you not throw the cardboard away?
Wait, and the man said, and this is why we've come to say that the government should please do good by us. And, other people there were like, what are you saying? And started shouting at him.
He's contradicting himself. You are saying no to protest, and at the same time you are saying you are hungry. Why?
That kind of person only went out because of what you would get. But then the pain is too much for him to still keep quiet.
But you know that your government spent 6 billion naira
on that protest. Say no to protest.
Getting people to say no to protest.
6 billion naira. Please, that's 6 billion naira.
The food.
That's what here's my problem. That's 6 billion naira. We're running into debt in Nigeria. Obviously, and I think they said as a citizen, you have your own debt. You spend the money, but you have your own debt.
Which are not chop.
Wait till you know chop.
So
even the children where you born, where you never born, they still get their own. So now in this kind of situation, we have that kind of debts around, and we haven't even paid. But then we can still spend 6 billion naira. Don't forget the renovation. I was so surprised when I got to know that they spent about 23 billion also on renovation of the vice president's apartment.
Misplacement of priorities.
Sincerely, and
where is that money or all this why that we are saying about minimum
that's not even
wage?
my pain. My pain is the fact that I was thinking that during Oshimbanjo time, was he sleeping on a mat? Like, why would they use 23 something to renovate a house, an apartment that someone once lived in? Like, this person, you just said now that they've not been.
The person just don't want this and decided to renovate house
for 20-something billion. Like, what's
money
going
that
on?
they are meant to,
and people
use to better the life.
People are out there. They are suffering. Some people do not even have a place to sleep.
Trust
even
me, beggars that sleep on that bridge. I heard that
they pay to sleep there.
They pay to sleep on that bridge.
I did not live in Lagos, but this few time I'm running through the island routes and all of that, seeing my fellow Nigerians sleeping under the bridge, like.
When anytime I'm
passing by, I cry under that bed.
Yes.
Oh God.
I was talking to somebody sometimes last month, and when I heard those people under the bridge, they pay rent. Probably beggars now that go out to beg.
Yeah,
whatever money they make, there's an amount of money they pay every day to sleep on the bridge.
Ladies, you see, they keep like. It's so painful that things that our social amenities that is our right to have is now something that they are using begging for one. They are using for manifestos. I'll give you good roads.
Yeah.
At this present,
and these are the things you're supposed to have.
Funny enough, the roads, you never see good roads.
The roads
they never give us good roads.
Few years
back, they
use
the money to go out of Nigeria for treatment when we have hospitals and medical doctors.
While I was growing up, traveling out of the country was not one one of my priorities.
I don't know. I thought maybe I'm a demon of myself.
A few years ago, I never thought of traveling out of the country. While growing up, everything was okay. God bless. And may you so rest in peace, President Yaradua. I never had the intention of traveling out of the country. Everything was okay.
We are just catching cruise. Like
during that period, some people were still complaining.
People were still complaining. Fine.
It's such a pity now that
our parents that experience
that are beginning to miss Yaradua and Buhari. Gracie was saying something this morning.
Are you
God
joking?
Not let me miss my ex-boyfriend.
Yes, nah. See, I've always missed Yaradua because it seems like that was the last government that I felt like Nigerians enjoyed.
Yaradua is still even far. Tinubu enter, we are missing Buhari already.
Yes. People said when Buhari was about to leave that we pray that we don't miss Buhari.
We don't miss him.
But then we're missing him. That is how bad it is. Now, they say Nigerians are running outside the country, the Japa syndrome, this and that. But if the country is good, if the security is top-notch, if there is availability of foodstuff, if there is funds running, would people still want to leave the country? Every citizen of Nigeria knows that when you want to have optimum enjoyment, you can only get it in Nigeria.
I agree because I mentioned something 2 months ago last month. Can you remember that I said I saw a video trending on, was it Facebook or Twitter? I really can't remember. About this our Nigerian brothers that traveled out of the country. And so an influencer went to each of them and was like, okay, if they give you $3 million or so to go back to Nigeria, will you go back? Everybody said no. And they asked them why. They said one, because of the corruption, another person said because of the government, that they only go back if they change the system or there's a change and reorientation. They said they don't want the government that they have. They should wipe them off, and that's the only thing that will make them go back to Nigeria.
Would I say lucky to work with a man that stayed outside the country for a short period of time? And the man was saying that outside the country, you're supposed to, your tenure is for 4 years. After 2 years, they will check and balance what you've done for the past 2 years.
Probation.
Now, that 2 years is more like a probation. Now, if they go to the town you came from, and then on getting there, the people are not saying good things about you, I'm telling you, they will do everything in their possible best to take you out of that position. I feel like if we have that kind of thing in Nigeria, maybe, just maybe, things might change. Now, you are in a position and you know that, okay, I have 4 years. After 2 years, these people, they have the opportunity to overthrow me. They can actually go to my own town.
You are talking about the 4 years is too much.
It's not like I'm saying that 2 years, in between that 4 years, after your first half year, they would go to your hometown.
But I have a question now.
Okay, what's that?
Is there no way for everybody to come out and say they should impeach this man? We don't want him again. He should go.
As this protest is going, we don't know where he should go.
I feel like that was
I want this thing to be worse than the NSAS protest. It should.
Here's the thing. I feel like that was what happened 2020, and we know what came out of it. Now, even in 2020, countries outside here was even supporting Nigerians.
Yes,
everybody was supporting us.
And they were calling out to United Nations that they should come to our aid and all of that.
But then you know what happened at the long run. They still had their way of suppressing Nigerians. I feel a few days ago you were telling me about the fact that people can no longer connect, the internet, their SIM and everything.
Yes.
These are some of the strategic plans that are in place.
They bring so-called Oro that is not even, this is not their period.
The president had a meeting last week with traditional rulers.
This man is
smart. He told them to fix Oro today so that people will go inside. He met with them. Because I was in Punch, a media agency carried it. I saw it online that I met with traditional rulers, and all of a sudden that evening we saw online a press release that there will be Oro from August 1st to August 14th to August 10th. And I was like, even if there's Oro, Oro is usually in the night.
In the night,
not morning. It's only in Ikorodu that I know that sometimes they start daytime. So meaning you want to use Oro to send people out. They even blocked many people's SIM.
Now you see this bad thing that I talked about, Funlayo and some Kuti. I think the woman already had everything planned. She knows that these people are not ready to listen. When they came out with their own Oro, then she already prepared her own women.
Yes.
And then they all came out naked. So during that time, the Oro men cannot see a woman naked. These men also turned back.
Okay, wait. Update, don't drop. Oro cannot see naked women. Our people out there. Come out naked yourself. Oh.
It happened during in Benin then now. When during that SARS, all those Benin women, market women, they say they will go naked.
Sincerely, so I think the Oro men cannot see naked women. So I feel like that was what they used against them, and
so meaning if Oro come out today, everybody just got naked.
Wait, here's the thing: look at the youth we have right now.
They go naked.
How many? I mean, the people that can do that are the older people. And come to think of it, they said this is youth protest, right? I saw an upload of a woman, old woman.
Okay.
With empty pots.
God bless you. With empty pots, also protesting for a change.
Everybody are frustrated.
So this means that it is not just the youth.
People are suffering.
Like
a pint of beans now is 12,500 naira. Beans that on the norms they usually sell a pint for 4,000 that year. Even gari that is meant to be the food for poor men. How many people now can afford gari? The protesters in Ojota, because someone sent me a video this morning, and what the man was saying. The man kept hammering that even gari of 100 naira, many of them can't even buy. They can't afford to buy gari of 100 naira.
Gari is now rich man's food. You don't know.
Seriously.
Rich man's food. They will tell us that they are giving us a loan grant. Is it loan grant for students?
Can you imagine? But then wait. The funny thing about that loan grant is that
like the water they drink in Makoko is gutter.
You will pay after school. You will pay after school. But where is the job? Opportunity
for me to pay
no employment.
Exactly, there's no employment.
Why can't, and when they now some of them now start doing Yahoo, you start saying they are doing Yahoo, cybercrime.
I think that was where this corruption.
I feel like the high rate of corrupt this fraudulent act, the high rate of prostitution, the high rate of stealing, kidnapping that we have presently in Nigeria is because our government failed us.
Expectations.
Now imagine someone that wakes up in the morning and they have a job to go to. Okay, waking up in the morning, I have to go to work by 8 a.m. and I have to leave work say 5 p.m. This routine is for everybody in Nigeria. You have to go to work 8 and there's that job. When will you have time to go steal?
You will never have the time to stay up all night to bomb.
Now, this is enough reason for the government to see that these people also want a better life for themselves. They're not asking for too much.
When we were growing up, you'll be hearing parents saying, "Oh, this is not the Nigeria we used to know."
Sincerely.
I would look because I don't understand the
because actually this was Nigeria in Mex. I grew up to
understand. But now I can testify to what they are saying.
When I was going to secondary school,
I'm like it is worse. What will the next generation say?
When I was going to secondary school, then if you give me 15 naira, I'm telling you that 15 naira, I would ball with it. Are you whining me? Even when I gained admission into the university, during that time, I still take vehicle because in my school we have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and from my school gate to phase 3 is about 15 minutes walk. During that time, if you take a vehicle inside the school gate, say phase 1 to phase 3, it was just for 20 naira.
Yes, now.
By the time I was going to graduate,
my primary school is in UI. So I think when I was in UI in primary school, we still used to take taxi from UI gates to my school, 15 naira.
I actually grew up using coin. I don't know if you guys ever buy into coin. For that time, I used to gather coin. I had one container, this GG cream. Then I used to store the coin inside.
Here's the thing, the 5 naira 5 naira before, when you go buy something with 5 naira,
you collect change.
Plenty.
I'll give you coins.
Sincerely, then when they give you 20 naira, they are doing you good. Now you can't see your niece, your nephew, and give them 1,000 naira and feel like you give them money.
Even 10,000 naira, 100,000 money.
You can't feel like. See, now I think I read something that and the person said 100,000 is now the new 10,000. When you have 100,000 naira, it's more like you have 4,000 naira with you, because before you count 1, 2, 3, 4, it's gone.
I think before the protest started, today rather, during the week, we heard that rice is now 40,000 naira per bag.
It was not your people that brought it.
What happened?
Now they post them now. So
Are they scamming us?
It was trending online now. I saw it on Twitter.
I like when you went to market yesterday.
No.
They went to bring bag of say now how many kg of
really?
bag 40,000 naira.
Is a lie.
And somebody asked a question yesterday and was like, okay, how many people will this bag of rice get to?
No, it's for those that
okay, it was just from the government.
No, I think it's for people that say no to
even in the market. Maybe
no, it's not in the market.
It's not in the market.
It's not in the market.
But
I think it's the government that wants to give out.
And did not bring it out since. So they waited for people to come out to protest.
They just want to. So after the rice has finished, what next?
They are wicked.
We'll continue with the suffering.
Just take over, I beg.
Sincerely, I just feel like
let us know that we are
the military thing should just be for a short period of time.
Because I feel that things won't be better that way. But the only thing is, I know that the military, they won't take nonsense from us.
Other people, they whine us.
They are whining us. They are really whining.
Okay.
So I would like to know, do you think social media has positive or negative impact on protest?
Okay,
both positive and negative.
When talking about protests, I think social media have a positive
impact, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though they have their own
because
negative
you see that through the same social media now, people have been crying out their grievances, dropping their grievances.
Before this protest even started,
people from different
it started from the social media.
People from different countries now, they've seen it, and majority of them, even this morning, Rebecca sent me a flyer that all these Canadians,
people outside the country,
they are starting their protest today by 3 on our behalf.
People in diaspora, right?
Yes, people in diaspora. Their flyers are already out and already flying everywhere on social media.
Sincerely.
Because they've heard our cry, they've seen, okay, this is what we are going through.
Like, it's funny how people outside the country, when you're talking to, I think I was speaking to my sister recently, and I was saying that they said that, okay, she was like, what are you eating? My favorite food. I said corn. Then she said, corn. I said, yeah. And she was like, okay, corn is how much did you get? I said, corn is for 200, 300 now. Then she was like, well, they promised us that we will eat corn. I said yes. And you will drink Gary. I said yes. And she said, so
they promised.
And now that was
okay, it's part of their manifesto.
It was part of the manifesto. He said it then. He said, I never see that. No, that was for coppers. Really? No, it was for corps member. He said, okay, I will provide you Gary, cassava and maize.
And maize. We don't talk to chicken now. Yes, because it's literally chicken that they get from.
They are taking us now like animals in the zoo.
No, actually, literally, Nigeria is worse than zoo now.
I have a friend that once said, I think when I was in school then, he was saying that, the top 5 countries that, even if there is a war breakout, they can still survive on their own. I know someone said Nigeria. He said
survive.
Nigeria
is finished.
Are you even supposed to mention Nigeria? Nigeria is not even a country. Nigeria is supposed to be a place whereby people from outside the country, like all of us who are supposed to be outside the country, then Nigeria will be a place for, I don't know how suffering looks like. Let me go and see it in Nigeria. Nigeria is supposed to be an excursion
of suffering.
Can you imagine?
I think
if you want to just experience a little bit of hellfire,
come to Nigeria.
I think
Nigerians will be like, God, at least the hell we are going through in Nigeria is enough. Why must Nigerians also go to hellfire?
I think I saw this. I think I saw this content, or was it a comment in someone's post? He said, if you are in abroad or wherever you are out of this Nigeria, if you commit any crime there, I think Nigeria is a place that will say, we sentence you to Nigeria. Like,
not death.
No, not death. Because it's already a prison.
Like,
it's already a prison. We are in prison. We are in the zone. That is why you see so many animalistic behavior in Nigeria.
Sincerely.
So because literally it's a zoo.
And we cannot even check and balance. That's my problem. We're the one that you're serving us. Normally, people in government are supposed to be serving us. But it looks like we're not even serving them. It's more like we're their slaves.
Okay.
Slavery act is different from you serving someone. You can serve someone and they will still take care of you. Okay. But slavery act.
Okay, guys. This is a voice of all. A cry for of all, for all, yes, for everybody. There are some parents that if you want to go out there to go and protest, they will tell you, no.
Don't go.
Come and sit down here.
My own is, if you want to protest too.
What can be your advice to those kind of parents?
See, I feel like the fear of don't go for protest stems from the fact that they know that when people go for protest,
bad things happen.
let's say when they go for protests, we don't get attacked as much as we do.
Okay.
Why would you go for a peaceful protest and then they will start throwing tear gas?
But we cannot be inside and things will change.
But then we can't be inside. You know, I was so surprised when things started turning this bad. It started deteriorating to this point and people were not saying anything. I was so amazed. Like,
I think for
Nigerians,
a parent to say that, I think it's time for every parent to say, my child, sit down at home, let me go.
Yes, that's what
let all parents go. That is what
I feel like parents should come out.
Like mothers need to tie their wrapper, open their breast,
you
go outside there.
Fight for us.
Let people see that yes, something is happening.
You know,
because
like,
I don't understand.
During the NSA protest, I was hearing, I'm not fighting for myself. I'm fighting for my children. No. I'm not fighting for my children. I'm fighting
for myself.
No, things are here now. I don't want to. So I'm fighting for myself. Let me enjoy this life. Maybe if the time of my children
come,
they will
fight for themselves too.
Right. And if I even fight for myself, now things will be better for them.
Yes.
So I'm not fighting for anybody.
I feel like if the older women and older parents should come out, there will be little that the government can do to attack them.
True.
Because what evidence would you have that these old people,
yes, they are creating nuisance.
Exactly, or they are fighting? Will you say that a old woman that is probably using stick is using a stick to beat a police officer?
Or using her breast to protest? You now come and tell me if the breast.
So I feel like
places.
if the older people too should come out.
That is what I feel. Lock your children inside. If you so love them,
lock them and throw the key away.
Lock them and like, I think that is the love we need from any parent.
Yeah, for
any
now,
parent. Don't tell me don't go out there. If you really love me as much as that, tell me to be at home and go there.
Fight for my
go there.
Sincerely. But like seriously, I feel like the government really needs to do more for the people, and I also want the government to understand that Nigerian youth are not mad.
They are not stupid.
They're not crazy. They're only asking for a better future, a better life, a comfortable life. I want a life whereby I graduated from university. I don't have to think too deep about
how will I work?
Exactly.
How will I feed my family?
Instead of, I don't even know what they're doing with the revenue we have.
I don't know if this happens to everyone. You know, I think the rate of depression starts from when 2 months after when you are about to pass out from NYC. Depression will start.
No, NYC, you're going from far.
I'm going far.
The moment you graduate from university,
not everybody wants to serve the country. Actually, you start thinking.
The moment you graduate from university, I feel like there's something that people do not say. There's one thing that a lot do not say, and where I'll put it out there free of charge. When the moment you leave school, there's this depression that's setting.
I thought I was the only one.
The depression comes from okay, so I'm done from school. You know, when you were in school, you have things keeping you busy. You have to go to class, so you feel like your life is still moving. You call that this side, and
exactly your life is still moving
with someone. The moment you graduate, is more like there is a stop.
Exactly, we like coffee.
Exactly, so you now start to think, what am I even pushing towards my future? That is when you now start doubting what you studied in school. Did I even study the right thing in school?
Because you're not looking like,
is this thing even making money out there? Is this thing that I studied in school making money out there? Or is this just a waste of time? You know, it got to a point I said that after I left school that I regret going to school every day.
I regret ever going to school.
That's why I don't blame my elder brother.
Because you know the true fact.
Sincerely,
school is not. Oh yeah, school is
not a scam.
No, school is a scam. No, education is not scam. Get it right. Not the difference. Education is not a scam. School is a scam. You can definitely be educated through many channels.
Yeah, but then
you don't need to go to school before you are educated.
Here's the thing, but let's also face the truth. There are some people that would say that you will compare this man that owns all this app, Mark Zuckerberg, or was it Veegil? I know that one of them didn't graduate from school.
Okay, and he's doing fine.
It was Mark.
And he's doing fine for himself. But I said it that the level of education and schooling over the country, you see the moment where it stopped. If they put him beside person with the Nigeria, they feel no fi match
at all.
here's the thing. So I feel like school is not a scam as such. I really do not.
For me, school is a scam.
Here's the thing. Me, I
it's
feel
just
like
education is not a scam.
I really feel like when you go to school, whoever is taking you in school, it's more like an organized area. Someone like me, if you tell me to read, they always get tired to read. But when it comes to going to class, someone teaching me, putting me through the practical aspect of things,
it is because it is school that was introduced. No,
I know they see for Francis because of my eyes.
It's because of
it's
because of it was school that was introduced to you formally. If there was any other institutes apart from school that you can get formal, maybe let me just say education or other enlightenment, you will not see that.
Okay,
it's
now
because
here's
of
the thing.
that is what you are used to.
The lawyer even told you, mentioned something recently in one of our programs, and he said what they taught him while he was in school
is different from what
he's seeing now.
That is
theory and practical is different.
Here's the thing. I feel like, let's say our country is a country whereby whatever we say, whatever we put out to a child is the real thing in life. None of us here will be saying school is a scam. The schools outside the country, they have major and minor courses that they do. Now, your major course might be mass communication, and then your minor might be theater art. Now, your theater art means that after graduating school, you have two options. It is either you become a journalist or you become a theater and media art person.
Yes.
And then you graduate, you get a job, you're living fine. In that kind of situation, are we really going to say school is a scam?
No, school is not scam.
Let's say after graduating,
let's
say after graduating from school like this, immediately you graduated. There are industries lined up to give you a job.
If you bring it down to Nigeria, I will agree. But
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I will agree.
In Nigeria,
but in Nigeria, school is a scam for me.
If there's no connection in Nigeria, no job opportunity.
That's the only thing. Let's say that immediately after we're graduating school, there's a job opportunity. Once you graduate, after your NYC, after you collect your NYC certificate like this, they already write it there.
You already have a letter that says resume tomorrow.
In this situation whereby they even wrote the company you will be working with.
Yes, resume. Go to NAFDAC today.
Immediately you collect it, just resume there. I'm sure nobody will
actually say school is scam anyways.
Because you will know that is a way, that is your path for bigger opportunities.
But in Nigeria,
reverse is the case. We they go school, we graduate, we they question ourselves why
no
go school.
Long, you can't see a better job.
Sincerely,
in this country,
like when I said it out loud, I think I said it to Paul. Like, it got to a point whereby I regretted always attending classes. I don't miss class. When I miss class like this, my heart will be beating fast. Like, God, why did I miss class? Then I was feeling in my head, I should have missed class. Probably I would have seen all the things. Probably my eyes would have been open to other things.
If I learn handwork by
sincerely,
now,
babe. Now, a lot of people.
Chioma's wedding Ghana, she for so amo.
Sincerely,
but she decided to go to school.
I'm sure that a lot of people too are going through this, and this is why they are also asking for a change. If you are providing me with a better future, I will not come out to protest. I will not come out to say hand bad, whatever.
I will not come out to buy shirt for
the thing that is to pay me is the hopes they keep on giving us.
Unmet expectations.
Yes, I think there will be a change now.
You promise us.
You now see that we are even many steps
backward.
They said they will give us cassava gari.
The woman I buy corn from told me that they buy a bag of corn for 100,000 naira.
When last did you eat corn?
I ate corn yesterday.
Okay, you see they're rich now.
She's rich.
Baby girl is rich.
I can't remember the last time I drank gari. I know see gari buy you.
Wait, and this woman said they buy a bag of corn for 100,000 naira. And I looked at it, corn.
How much did you buy one corn?
200 naira, and if you see that 200 naira come, my dear, very small.
I think Precious was trying to call someone today. Oh, please help me to cover this event. The person that he was saying, I want to take my bait first. I said, later why? So you still get money to buy soap? Yes, nah.
Wait, say which soap does he use? So you get money to buy soap.
So you still get money to buy soap.
But seriously, I think this is a call out to the government. The youth are not rebellious. They only want a better.
This is not even a matter of youth.
We want to be heard.
We want to be heard, and we need a change.
We are tired of the promises.
Sincerely.
We can't stay in patience, like you guys say. For how long are we going to be patient?
I don't think they understand the meaning of you giving people hope and dashing that hope.
It's heartbreaking.
It's better than
just like
it's even better you don't. Sincerely, it's better you don't give us hope.
I will try whatever. I'm going to say you will do
Don't give us hope.
Don't give us
Let's know
hope.
what we are entering.
And it's now funny that is what they are even giving us hope. Because
hope, renew hope. Change.
No, it's also
like you're always giving us hope and dashing the hope. It's so unfair.
Our parents out there, I want to tell you that please free your children to go and because if you do not free them, desperation comes. So when you are frustrated to an extent, desperation will come. You can't do anything. And that is where you see many children are using their parents for ritual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you don't fight,
old girl, you say she's a fraudster. 16-year-old.
So if you don't fight
you
for us
go
now,
shake.
if you don't give us that chance to go and protest for our rights.
Not because they want to use the latest iPhones. They want to get food to eat.
Sincerely.
They already know that I have to just go and stand at a bus stop and one man will pick me. And yes.
And that's it. And I think to our law enforcement officers, we're not out to vandalize things. We're only out
go there to
hear out our opinion. You should be protecting us. I think police is your friend. Mm-hmm. So you are our friend. Mm-hmm. At least that is what you guys usually say. Okay. You said you're our friend. Mm. So people in the military and law enforcement, you're there to protect citizens.
Ensure
let me take
safety.
it again. Citizens of the country. You're there to protect us and not harm us. Mm-hmm. So please let them peacefully demonstrate and let them go. Let them hear out their opinion and beg the government for a change. That is all we ask for.
Mm. And a reply to the quote that Precious read out just now of someone tweeting
that wants to kill himself.
If I eventually die, please brothers,
keep yourself safe.
Nigeria is not worth dying for.
We love you.
Nigeria
we love you.
Who lives to tell the story that is celebrated and all of that and recognized. Please, my bro. I know we are tired. I know we are
Everybody's
frustrated.
Tired.
We are all tired and frustrated. Please, just stay safe out
and be good.
There and be good.
And be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that will be
it in mind that Nigeria will be great in our lifetime.
Okay. Exactly. Amen.
In our lifetime.
That's what they tell me last year.
Okay, they got to tell you next year. Don't worry.
I just
your life is going down.
It has become a cliche. Anyways, that will be all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. We're so glad to always have you here. Our listener, the returning listener, and the first timer. It's good to be here. We love you guys so much. And I want to say a big thank you to Precious and Grace for joining me on the program this afternoon.
Don't mention what our friends
do. Is mine.
And a bigger thank you to Paul, our creative director. Thank you for joining us in the studio. And I want to say a big shout out to Rebecca too. She's been here with us in the studio all along. Thank you for joining us. And that will be all for this week. Until the next until next week, do have a lovely day and happy Girlfriend's Day.
Mwah.